Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships and this Friday edition video. And yes, you're seeing a submarine on your screen, as I figured it is time for us to revisit submarines. I've noticed a lot of you on the channel, or just viewers in general, have been checking out the old submarine upgrade and commander build guide that I had, and it's pretty outdated with all the changes that have gone through with submarines. So I figured I'd do y'all a favor for those who like playing subs and we do another video. So tomorrow we're going to do a submarine upgrade and commander build video. Today I'm mainly going to just talk briefly about the Balao and then the U-2501, and then we're going to go into battle in the Balao, because some of you kind of want to know the differences between these two submarines that I've noticed in the past. So first, in looking at the Balao, this is the WoW's wiki for it. The pros of this submarine is that it has the best health pool of all submarines, even better than a few same tier destroyers. Has 10 torpedo tubes in total with the fastest speed of all submarine torpedoes. 4 aft torpedoes, which can be useful if kiting away, retreating. Has conventional torpedoes in addition to the homing torpedoes, which are superior in performance than those of her German counterparts. Greater ping velocity and duration than the U-2501. Enhanced rudder gears can be useful to dive away quickly from tough situations. Better surface speed than the U-2501, and is faster underwater than on the surface. That kind of seems strange if you ask me. Cons of the Balao: can only reload 2 torpedo tubes at a time, both the fore and aft torpedoes. No access to reserve battery unit. Worse sonar range and reload, and homing torpedo performance than the U-2501, and has the worst concealment, dive capacity, and hydrofoam than the U-2501. And conventional torpedoes are non-homing and have significantly worse range and speed than the homing torpedoes. Okay, so that's the Balao. So let's hop over into the U-2501. And here you go. On the U-2501, the pros are it has best homing torpedo performance in terms of damage, flooding chance, and range of all submarines. Best concealment and dive capacity of all submarines. Battery reserve unit is able to negate dive capacity loss for some time. That's actually really strong. Reloads all torpedo tubes independent of each other, which I think that's fantastic. That's one of the reasons why I actually like the U-2501. Best hydrophone of all submarines. Significantly faster speed underwater. Access to harder hitting conventional torpedoes. Superior sonar range and reload time compared to the Balao. Cons: no aft torpedoes. Worse torpedo speed than Balao. Worse surface speed than Balao. Worse ping velocity and duration than Balao. Worse conventional torpedo performance than Balao. Conventional torpedoes are non-homing and have significantly worse speed and range than the homing torpedoes. So that's the main two differences. Probably just because of how the torpedoes reload faster. They reload independently in the tubes on U-2501. I kind of prefer maybe the U-2501. But I've messed around with the Balao before, as I've messed around with the U-2501. But we're going to go into battle here in just a moment with U-2501, or the Balao, sorry. Camouflage, I've put on the World of Warships anniversary camouflage. This gets our concealment down by 5.9 or 2.2 by depths. And then you see on the surface 2.2, at periscope 0. Because they've changed some of the diving mechanics. So ram flag, why not? You want that, especially if you're in a submarine underneath water, or you come about the surface and ram a destroyer. We want to. There's no. This signal's. That's interesting. So what? You can't detonate submarines? This signal is insufficient with the ship's selected configuration. Yeah, if someone knows, are you not able to detonate submarines? Is that, I don't know if I detonate during battle, I guess we find out. We'll take the speed, and then we'll take the slightly reduced reload time of the ship consumables. And I'm running Halsey, so I'm gonna take a few economic signals there, so. Let's check out the equipment real quick. I'm not going to go into upgrades. What I'm more curious about is how they've changed the torpedoes. So you have the acoustic homing torpedoes, number 2 key, and then we have torpedoes Okay, so let's go with this one first. Home in on enemy ships with a highlighted sector. Once they start homing in, torpedoes cannot change their target. Hitting a highlighted sector a second time increases the maneuverability of launched torpedoes, effective against maneuverable and lightly armored targets. And I have that set as a 34-second reload time. Most effective against large armored targets, maneuverable ships have high chances of dodging torpedo attacks. So these are the conventional torpedoes, and these are the homing. And our consumables, we have the hydrophone. Okay, 45-second action time. We can detect submarines at maximum depth. We can detect ships. Enhanced rudder gears. I've gone for a whole steering gears modification setup. I think that's actually going to prove to be pretty effective, but we'll find out. Let's see, enhanced rudder gears increases dive and ascent speed and reach. So this helps. It's kind of like when you're in a difficult time to get out. Oh, another thing real quick, I noticed. Apparently, the damage control parties, you only get a limited amount now. Action time of 15 seconds. I think I read a development blog. They're going to reduce the consumable action time because 15 seconds is kind of ridiculous, I think, in my opinion. It should be less. It makes the submarines much more tanky than what they should. Reload time, 57 seconds. And 4. Okay, so that's limited now. All right, I won't keep you up anymore. Let's just go ahead and get into battle. So yeah, so one of the things you need to know about Flimsy and submarines is that I don't like submarines. That's just me. That's I don't care to play them. I found them boring, and I think Wargaming still has a lot more work to do on getting them balanced well. I liked enjoying them in submarine battles when they had their own game mode. That's kind of where I think they belong. But it just depends, I think, on how well Wargaming can balance these submarines, but they've had to do so much work on these guys. Okay, so let's look at the lineup. Okay, so we're mid-tier because of the super ships. Missouri, Stalingrad, Buffalo, Marseille, and Makaze. The two submarines are in the same clan and in a division together. I need to be mindful of that. Okay, see where we popped up on the map. So in my opinion, what I think submarines are really good at doing is spotting and kind of like these quick attacks, coming up out of the water and dumping torpedoes into enemy target, and then diving, retreating away. I've seen a lot of submarine players, well, not a lot, but I've noticed it rather frequently, is that a lot of submarines, especially in the last iteration of testing of submarines, a lot of them would go to the back of the map and they would just come up out of the water after using maybe like their hydrophone and just completely obliterate the enemy carrier, which I think that's kind of funny. Okay, so we've got homing torpedoes reloaded. If we switch between the two, I believe it's a 5 second. So let's, yeah, it's 5 seconds. I'm going to keep the homing torpedoes for now, though. Where do we want to go? That's actually what I should have been paying attention to first. Now there's a chance we could step on to Bravo or go A. Because I'm just trying to think the pros and cons. This is actually my first submarine battle in a while. Let's go A first. The reason I'm going to say A is I want to know how the enemy team is positioned before I attempt to take the center cap. Sometimes it can be left wide open, but it can be difficult if there's a destroyer that decides to come and then he decides to drop all the depth charges on us. That could be a pain. Okay, so our torpedoes are almost all reloaded. Our aft torpedoes are reloaded. Okay, so someone already on A, and that was actually rather quick, so I'm going to assume it's the Marseille. Okay, it's still CF for diving. So we're going to go see if we can't figure out what's on the cap. Interesting. I'm assuming he's probably going to be along the back side of the cap. Okay, Stalingrad, and the torpedo range was 12. Okay. And then sonar ping. Okay. Yes, I am moving to spot for you. Yeah, so see, someone's already taken Bravo. I'm gonna assume it's probably one of the submarines, but do not know for sure. Okay, so it is the Marcel. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and actually start to dive. Don't turn away. We're gonna dump it all. Alright, we're gonna let torpedoes get around the corner of the island. I'm not sure how well we can slingshot them. Okay. So we did 11k. Okay, Marcel looks, he's going to the right. Okay, this is Jean Barr is playing really aggressive. We still have 2 torps. Let's see, is he gonna go through the gap? If he does that, then we'll definitely torpedo him. Let's actually switch to these. Slowing down. I'm gonna back off a bit. It's our concealment right now. These are theoretically supposed to hit harder.
We've spotted an enemy submarine.
Yeah. So you don't have to even worry about the ping with these, right? So okay, we saturated the bow. Okay, he's blind dropping us actually rather accurately. Okay, we're gonna repair that. And I accidentally fat fingered a button. Okay, we have a Balao on the back. Okay, so we've actually done fairly well on this flank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for the enemy submarine. Unfortunately, I really would have wanted to have used this. Now, Stingers are actually really responsive. I'm actually impressed with the rudder shift time and stuff. Okay, Marcel's all the way over at sea now. Let's see, I have the Alsace, Musashi. I'm trying to figure out if I was the enemy submarine, where would I go? Okay, he's back somewhere over here. He's close. One of the things I don't like about subs is like they can be on the surface, but the detection. Actually, we want homing torps. Yeah, because these torpedoes are better for faster moving targets, destroyers, submarines, where these can do better off against battleships. So, alright, where's that sonar ping? I don't want to just start blind firing. Okay, he's somewhere up over here. Okay, this is almost reloaded, so that's good. Try to help my guy out here. We are going to be looking for sonar pings on the surface.
Good game, everyone. Roger.
See, I feel like as a submarine, this is my duty, right? If we got a submarine in the back, then I need to be helping out my guy. Okay, so we're gonna dive. Nope, he's over there. Gosh. And he's underwater. Let's go ahead and just launch that. Not bad on the pinks, I'm gonna lie. Okay, he's resurfacing. Okay. Just missed him. I think he's gonna die. Oh, he's going under again. Okay. Okay. He's taken care of. So probably what I mean, his torpedoes are so close back there. I guess I should have just dove and found him with the hydrophone. Because I probably missed something back there, maybe. Okay, so they got that dead. We're definitely behind on points. They have 2 cap advantage. Their Marcel and Buffalo are low on health pool. Alright, so what we're going to do now is now we're going to push Bravo. And it looks like if you would have pushed Bravo at the start, we would have picked up the enemy sub that came through here. That's one thing I've noticed is that enemy subs, or just submarines, really good at kind of just straight going through the map and then causing havoc in the enemy spawn, which I think is a strength in that. I mean, if you're a battleship player or a sniper or battleship and you're playing the back, it's really frustrating when a submarine gets through all the way through spawn because it relies on your team, like an allied sub or a destroyer to come back and assist you, or maybe even a cruiser, right? So it can be really frustrating for battleship players, right? So I'm not sure even about these concealment mechanics yet. So we have, let's see, 5.9, and then it was 2.2 if we dive a little more. But you got to see us use both torpedoes, so that's good. Probably what I want to do is I want to go from B to C. So when I'm playing, I'm always planning my next move. So right now, my move right now is to go to Bravo, and then we're going to go towards C. I want to try to support our Annapolis, I think. Maybe I should support the Brest here, because the Marceau and Shimkaze might not mess too much with Annapolis with his radar and DPM. But we do not know for sure. Okay, there he is.
Requesting fire on the designated target.
Alright, so basically we're going to assume cap control on the map. And at this point I would say we're doing rather well with map control. So even when I've played submarines, I've not always had like these fantastic damage output games. That's probably also just me having to figure out the class a bit more. I just don't necessarily care for submarines the most because I really like more of a destroyer, light cruiser play. Ooh, that's not good. So we'll stay on the surface. Oh, he's almost dead. Like 1 or 2 pins would do it. Kind of why I'm going up through this way is I want to try to help give my 2 cruisers a little more visual coverage. So there's no Shimakaze gonna YOLO around the island without them knowing. Yeah, Brest is, that's a beta test ship. So I mean, one of the, I guess another reason why I don't like playing submarines as much is that you have these periods where you're not doing much. Especially when I am much more of a team player, so yeah, I'm gonna help my guy out and try to figure out where this enemy submarine went, that type of thing. But okay, making sure those are the submarine. We have the proper torpedoes mounted. We're keeping an eye out for torpedoes, particularly from the Shimakaze, to see if we can't figure out where the Shima might be. Alright, see, our Musashi's losing the fight. So it's important that I think I survive. All those from the Shima? Yeah. Okay, so Shima's all the way over there. Yep, okay. So he's not around here anymore. He's somewhere over here. So what we're going to do is try to find the Marceau. Because as soon as we light him up, our Annapolis should be able to kill. One of the things I'm concerned about is the Marceau circling back into the caps, but he shouldn't with the Annapolis sitting there. I mean, he could. So what we're gonna do, I think for now, we're just gonna go harass the Montana. I have to trust in our Annapolis that he'll be able to handle it all right. Yep, there he is. So one of the things I like doing is trying to launch my torpedoes before pinging a battleship. So he's gonna have no idea that these are all coming. And we're gonna keep tracking his progress. So if he makes some sort of crazy turn, then I know I need to start pinging him. I think we'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll go ahead and ping. He's turning in. And we're gonna slow down. Guys, I'm more expecting him to turn out, so... hopefully I did that in time.
Our victory is in sight.
Let's... oh. Okay, we got him with 3. Alright, next 2 are up. Let's track his progress. Make sure we need to dive, just in case. Okay, he's already turning. He's got the DCP going. Okay, so we gotta wait for his DCP to go down. He's gonna turn in. It's just nosing back and forth. Because we're pretty much on our own right now with this Montana. Okay, he apparently knows what he's doing. Because I'd much rather be on his side than bow onto him. Because is he just gonna keep rocking back and forth? So we have enough dive capacity. I'm not worried about that right now. I've stopped pinging him, so... Okay, got the Conde.
Our victory is in sight.
We might switch over to the hard-hitting torps. Let's do that. Oh, he going down. He probably hates me. All right. I switch back to the normal torpedoes.
Affirmative.
Whew. Let's see. If I was a Shima, I'd be going for C. Right now, communication is important. What I want to do is I'm going to go towards C. And the reason I said I'm RPF'd is that means he's closer to me than the Annapolis, so. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. He's going to go for C. Going to B. So actually, probably what we're going to do so we just don't eat a random torp. Or randomly get spotted since he knows roughly where I am. We're going to go this way. Yeah. Yeah, so we just run. So there's no need. He still has no RPF, so. And coming back into Annapolis would be really dumb, so. Oh god, he's right there. That, children, is why we ran. That was pretty amusing though, not gonna lie. Yeah, so these guys get compliments. Just even good advice. So that's when you're in the type of situation, just knowing that you have the upper hand, right? So we have the Annapolis there at the end, and there's no way a Shimakaze is just going to yell at him. If the RPF's still on me, he's going to go for me. I'm a submarine. He can kill me with depth charges, right? So we didn't actually take any damage, did we? No, we took a little bit from that Jean Bar. Yeah, so that is Submarines. So, I think I played it well. I think I did what I would have wanted to. And yeah, so tomorrow we'll do an upgrade commander build. I'll go over all the skills with you. There's a lot going on there, and there's a lot of can be activated skills, which I wrestle with how many can be activated skills are, because that doesn't mean you get a permanent use out of them all the time. Like if I would have taken 2 or 3, that'd have been 8 points, 7 to 8 points that I never would have got to use this battle, just because my health pool never dropped so low with how those certain commander skills worked. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you tomorrow with the upgrade and commander build for Submarines. And take care.